You went through something a lot harder than losing a competition. You know, you had your career almost completely thrown out the window because of an accident, and that is the true testament, I think, of your mindset. So maybe you just want to open up about that process for you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think getting punched in the face metaphorically is part of life, part of sport. And, you know, me, when I broke my neck, it just sort of flipped it upside down. I had neck surgery, disc replacement, fusion. And it was at a real point where, like, I was probably at the peak of the stuff that was going on for me and felt like a real, like, I had unwavering belief in my potential to become an Olympic champion. Like, incredible. And yeah, like,
take us through a bit of context for maybe people who might not
yeah,
know exactly the journey. So 2016,
2016 I won bronze at the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Struggled after that because it's such a whirlwind experience that not many people can understand, but then also you don't know how, it's difficult to learn how to cope with that.
Yeah.
So my life was which is exciting and fantastic, but then got back into the sport, kept going, kept training hard, wanted more, also blew up on YouTube and content at the same time, so I was high in demand, high profile.
It was super high for you.
Lots of people looking at me.
Yeah.
Started to earn money when really realistic you don't earn money in gymnastics, which was a crazy experience.
So it was post the Rio Olympics where you started generating some income.
Vlogging, YouTube changed my life.
2016,
blew up in 2017.
You're 20 years old.
21. And then I got to exactly where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, and felt incredible purpose, and I knew my role in life, and I was like, wow, this is just so exciting, but beyond my wildest dreams of what I'd ever imagined being able to do. And you know, the content completely changed everything.
From 2016, had you set yourself a goal for 2020, the Olympics?
Yeah.
Like, was there something?
I knew that if I play this right, Tokyo 2020 is what it was going to be my time, my peak. I was 20 at Rio. I was a kid, man. I was still a teenager. I'd just turned 20. Like, I was young. My body hadn't developed to what it could. I still had a lot to learn. I still had a lot of experience to do. So that by the time I get to 2020,
we're going for the gold.
4 years on, I already know what it's like to do an Olympics. I'll have done more majors in that. I would have been stronger, fitter, better, and like that was where I was going to become Olympic champion. Like in my head, written down, goal was happening. And then my life got flipped upside down, and I had neck surgery and had the injury. I had the injury for about 10 months before I had the surgery, struggling with it, a few injections, and then that was the start of the end, really. You know, like, I didn't at the time, because I've had many surgeries before and like lots of rehabilitation processes, and they're mentally tough, and you become a stronger person for it because it's so hard. It's like you guys, I know I've met you two and I know you so well. Like, you love this. You are found your passion. You know what you want.
Yeah.
You're winning. You are. It's like me tomorrow saying, sorry lads, you don't allowed to do any of that now.
Yeah.
You've got to stop. You've got to stop. You might be able to do it in another 6 months, but right now you can't do it. You've got to put it on the back burner, and you've got to figure out how you stay happy and build your way back to getting back here. When you've got all that momentum, that's exactly what it was like for me. And then
that's such a great analogy.
I can't picture it though, because there's one thing saying you can't do it, like, guys, you're done tomorrow, but there's another thing of you have no fucking choice.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and that is what my brain can't wrap around.
And when did that moment happen for you? Because I remember, like, you were telling us the other day that you were feeling like you were taking the shots, and like, when was it, like Nile? You know, you can't, you know, you're not gonna, like, when did that really?
So I got back. I did what I do all the time, and just hyper obsessed. It's just like, doctors told me I couldn't do it. That's brilliant. I was fueled so much by
as
people.
an athlete, you're like, fuck them.
Yeah, by people. You tell me I can't do something, that's the best thing you could ever say to me, honestly. That was my mindset, and I was like, yeah, watch me. And to be fair, 3.5 months post-surgery, I had another scan. I completed full fusion, which the doc said it's unheard of. He's never seen it before. So my spine had fused. So like, basically what it is the metal cage is replacing the disc. Then naturally your body, the bones grow all around it, and it just becomes a solid. Yeah. I don't know how your body does it. It's cool. it normally takes 6 to 10 months for fusion to happen, and then another 6 months for you to be okay and living everyday
You
life.
did it in half
So
the time.
I did it in 3.5, just under 4 months, and then I was ready to compete. So when he gave me the green light like that, it's like, Nile, structurally you cannot hurt your neck anymore. It's solid.
And
so,
did you have
so he just went, good luck.
And did you have the 2020 Olympics in your mind? Like,
Oh God, yeah, I was still.
still
Timing wise, I could still have done it.
Yeah.
Because this was February 2019. I still had 18 months. I mean, hindsight's absolutely wonderful for everyone, but as an athlete, I was then ready to compete maybe a month and a half later, so like 5 months post surgery.
When you say ready to compete, did you?
So the mistake I made was I didn't want to just go to the London Open or whatever comp it was and do a couple of apparatus, show that I'm back, shake everyone's hand, think, yeah, Niall's doing well, he's competing again. I wanted to go there, do everything and win it. Like, I just had this, that's what my nature is. You know what I'm like. So
You're obsessed with that,
I was obsessed with the feeling of standing on that podium 5 months after neck surgery and winning and being better than everyone. And that's the mistake that I made, because then the week of that competition, and I don't know whether it was just because it was overwork or it was too much, it was too soon, I got nerve damage from the area of my surgery that supplies my shoulder, my serratus anterior, which is it's a stabilizer muscle near your lat under here that stabilizes your scapula, that gives you the strength in your shoulder. Basically, the nerve had just gone. To this day, I don't know whether it's dead or it died or whatever. I woke up, I had a bit of pain. It was like, ooh, strange after training. Yeah. The next day I went in and I couldn't do a handstand. Kicked up to handstand, my arm just collapsed.
Mad.
And I wasn't in pain. It just didn't work. And then that was the point. That was the exact point where I thought, yeah, I'm fucked here, because this isn't just the docs told you, you know what's wrong, you're going to fix it, he's going to go in there, perform the operation, you're going to have a period of time, and then you're going to be a Nile again. This was like, my brain is not Nile. I can't do a handstand here. Not because of pain, not because of I've had an operation and I'm sore, because my brain literally won't make that muscle work that's worked forever. And again, that was such a bad period for my mental well-being and my mental health. I went off the rails and really was just angry, upset, confused, uncertain. And still, I tried and I thought, I'm going to do it again. I can do this. I can figure it out. I will figure it out. I'm going to do the Olympics. I can do it. I'm going to win the Olympics. And then it was just never the same, boys. There were tricks that I couldn't ever, as time went on, as months went by, I knew I was never going to be really able to perform them again. Could I have put together, not average, but good enough routines to perform the Olympics? Yes. But was I going to be the guy that I knew I was going to be able to fulfill my potential and be the best in the world? Probably not. And then one thing led to another. My body kept barking back, and then all of a sudden I've got bulging discs on the level above and the level below where I had my surgery, which naturally that's what happens. It puts pressure. When that bit of your spine now where you had a squashy disc and it moves, it's rock hard now. So it naturally puts pressure above and below. Yeah. And I just remember my surgeon calling me and he's just like, look, Nile, you're heading for needing another one, another level doing. If you have to, you're fucked then not just in sport, your back will be fucked for the rest of your life. Like, you're talking, this will affect your life, because it's particularly in your neck. Yeah. If 2 levels are fused, that's essentially 4 levels of spine just completely solid. It is a knock-on effect all the way down your spine. Like, that's where you hear these stories. Like Ronnie Coleman's a good example. He's just had surgeries all the way up his back and he's fucked. He's struggling to walk. Yeah. So it was just like those conversations were creeping in, and I was just like, is this worth it? For what? Yeah. For a medal that collects dust on your mantelpiece that was a great experience but everyone forgets about, I'll call it a day. And that's what I did. And I'm sat here today and still on this crazy, weird, wild journey that's trying to figure out who I am.